Good morning, guys. Welcome to Bitcoin Bounce. So I'm quickly going to run through the charts that we trade. Just starting quickly with the US dollar. So this is on the 1 hour. Dollar still looking good for our cryptos, moving to the downside under the 200, under the 50, 20s, under the 50 of all the EMAs. So I think we're probably coming down to retest this little green zone here and hopefully break down under it. Would be great for our crypto trades. The Nasdaq, we can quickly also just have a look at. I think on the daily, I wanted to show you guys we were in this very long trend to the downside. Yeah, it couldn't break through to the upside, but now at last we've broken this upside and out of that parallel channel that we were trading in. But we're facing now the 800 EMA and the 200 EMA as resistance, and it looks like we're trading in this this parallel channel, this little blue one. So we would then also have the top side, so a lot of resistance in this area to break through, but it's looking good that at least it's broken out of this very long one that's been coming since December. Then what else did I want to show you? Yeah, the title is looking good, so that's the money flow into crypto is looking good, and the money flow into the alts is also very good. So this is great. When people start putting money back into the alts, then you know the confidence is getting back into the market. We're coming up to the 200, yeah, but we've had a very nice run. So that's great for the fear and greed. If people are starting to buy back into altcoins, it looks like their minds are a bit eased with all the drama we've had of late. So that's good. Then just be careful of these news events. There are quite a few coming up, but none of them are normally major. But the market makers could be using any of these, the big banks, as a just a trigger to volatility in the market, to manipulate either the dollar or the Nasdaq or whatever. So just be careful around these. If you are in a trade, just always come and check. Yeah, this is on forexfactory.com that we use. Okay, then quickly getting to Bitcoin. So this is Bitcoin on the weekly. We were looking at that triangle, yeah, the symmetrical triangle which we broke out of. So on the weekly, it's really very bullish, and I think we're probably targeting this EMA 50 on the weekly chart. So it could be still a pullback to come and retest this breakout, but for now it's looking quite bullish. Then on to the daily. The daily at the moment, I've changed how we had this parallel channel running to the downside, broke out, and now looks like we're trading in a parallel channel to the upside. We've broken the 200, came back, retested it, so it's like quite a strong support we've got here on the daily, and it could be that we're going to just break out and shoot for that 800 EMA. Looking at this pattern, then also we had this reversal pattern here, this W reversal pattern with a bit of a retest. It could have been better. Retest could have been better down here. And then the technical target for this kind of breakout would be around about there, which is exactly on our 800 target as well. I'm not 100% happy with this because of this, that there wasn't really a proper retest, but it could be that it comes off. But I'm not going to keep it on the charts longer. It's just to show you guys. And then also we had sorry, we have this rising wedge, broadening wedge here, which is actually a bearish pattern. So these normally it could come back, retest, go back up, and then kind of break down. So normally these would break down. So let's see how this one plays out. Then down to the 4 hour. So on the 4 hour we were trading in this parallel channel, still are at the moment. We're on that halfway mark there. Sorry, I just want to make it a little bit bigger. So it's looking good, and it's looking like nice rejections off the 20. So really on the 4 hour looking like we could have some upside with that pattern. But then also there's this here. Remember I said if we break this line, this trend line to the bottom, I would definitely be looking at shorts. If we break above that one I would be looking for longs. And also if we come and just retest this one and it looks like we have a rejection, we could trade another short from that line to the to this bottom line, or maybe just down to the 20 EMA, which we'll see at that point. And this little trend line here, we were trading under it, and I said to go up we would have to break above it, so that's no longer relevant. We can just delete that little one. So that can go for now. Then if we go down to the 1 hour, we were looking at this parallel channel, so that's now broken out, retested, so I'm no longer going to keep that around. Then we had this one here. So this was also a symmetrical triangle. We weren't sure which side it was going to break out to, but it's now broken to the upside, came back, retested. So this also we can delete off our charts for now. This one here, we found we were trading in that downwards channel, also broken out. So that one I'm going to delete. Then the levels that we're trading at the moment. So this is also that one that we've broken out, so we can delete that. So there's another trend line here that we would obviously have to break to go higher. We're like right on it at the moment, so if we do break through, then our upside target would be this 23.38. The previous high is what we would be going for. There's just something I want to show you here, this green line. So there is bearish divergence in the charts at the moment. That's when price is making higher highs like it's doing now still, but on the stochastic here we're making lower highs, so that's a divergence, and normally that would then point to the price coming down. So maybe at this yellow line we're going to have a breakdown and or just a pullback back to this 20 EMA, could even come and retest the 50, and if it's here it could potentially also wick through back into this zone. So in the short term it definitely looks like we have a bit of divergence, and normally that would play out and we would just have a bit of a pullback there. So that was the reason for that line. I can take those away now. Also on the MACD it also you can see on the over here we price was trading down on the histogram, so that also we can take out. What else did I want to show you here? I think that was at the trade that I would look for is either if we get a good rejection of this line now, you could do a short scalp back to the 20 and maybe hold it and see if it does go to retest the 50 like it did all these times here, and if it does it might wick through, so you might have a nice little short there. Or if we break above this yellow line, then I would go for a long and maybe sell it when we get just before we get to that high. We would probably from there just wick down back to the, or have a bit of a pullback to the bottom. Okay, that was it for Bitcoin. Then on Ethereum, we still trading in these same levels. We found support above this little zone here, so same thing, we could go to the upside, target the previous high. You could either take it from here and maybe get out of it if it looks like we're going to reject there, or hold for the top side. So wouldn't be shorting Ethereum. Looks quite bullish at the moment, so I wouldn't be shorting this unless we break under the 50. So that's Ethereum. ADA, also we've broken out of that yellow line that we spoke about yesterday, so ADA is also looking good to target the previous high, and I would sell it there or move up your stop loss if you want to hold and wait for a breakthrough of that zone. MATIC also I was looking at, I think I looked at it a bit earlier, thinking that round about here one would be a good entry. So if this does come, you can just see what the stochastic is coming to the downside. The MACD is still moving up though, but there is like a light green little bar there, so it could be that it's running out of momentum here. So if this comes back to retest the 50 and the 20 here, which is quite strong support, then it would be a good trade there to enter to the upside here on MATIC. Then XRP, So we're trading between these zones. Looks like we're coming to maybe retest the 50. So same as MATIC, I would also just be a little bit patient, see if we don't come and wick down to this area, and from here then take along again to the previous high. So it is still looking fairly bullish, but I don't like that this 20 EMA is starting to go horizontal here, not upwards. So just keep an eye on it. If you look at the stochastic here, it's also going down. MACD is going down. So I would definitely wait before getting into this. Just see what happens when we come and retest this area. Yeah, if MACD turns around and stochastic turns around, and this RSI also looks like it's going to go below 50, then we don't want to enter until all three of these agree that we need to go to the upside, which potentially is going to be around about here somewhere. So you could either short XRP down to there, or then be patient before you get into it again to the upside. Then WRX that we got into, so this is that trade that we just took a little bit of money, divided in two, and gave it two entries, dollar costed out here. So since we got in, we've just been above and below our average entry price, and we're definitely just consolidating, and we're waiting for a nice big spike to the top side. So you can see sometimes but it could be I don't know how long we've been in this, since January the 12th, so it could be like another week or two before we get our next spike, but it's one of those trades that we're just patient. We'll just let that hang around. And then the AVAX trade, this is that little zone I spoke about yesterday, that this AVAX trade that Joseph gave us. So I said that we would just have to start going up, we would have to break and test this little area, which we have done now. So it's looking great to the top side target that he had here for $20. So that's looking like a very good trade. At the moment though, stochastic is coming down a little bit, but it's probably just coming to bounce off this RSI, but MACD is still bullish, so it's looking good that we're going to hit the $20 mark, or you could maybe just sell just before that, like this 1990 kind of price, because there would probably be a big rejection of the actual $20, or just before it. Most people start putting their sells in before 20 because they know it's going to pull back. So in this area somewhere would be good maybe to take profits. And I think that's all I wanted to show you today, guys. Joseph will be back this afternoon with an overview of all these coins that we're trading, and then I will see you again tomorrow morning. Thanks. Cheers.